Today's video, we're going to talk about burnishers and buffers. What is the difference? You know, if you're new being a custodian, you may not know the difference between a burnisher and a buffer. And sometimes when we polish floors, I use the term a whole lot. I'm going to buff my floors. Well, actually, I'm going to burnish my floor if I'm going to use a machine like this one right here, which is a high speed. This one here is at 2,000 RPMs. We need about 1,500 to 2,000 RPM machines. This is what you would have, would be a high speed buffer. You could use a white pad, you could use an aqua pad, a hog hair pad on this machine. This is when you would spray your floor and you would actually put a polish on your floor. And I want to show you a little bit about this machine right here. This machine has wheels on it, and yes, it's dirty. It's a community machine. A bunch of people use it. It's been rode hard and put up wet for sure. But you have these wheels that stay on the ground at all times, and these wheels right here are actually for your transporting the machine, which makes it easier. The difference between this machine and a buffer is that when you let the handle back and the machine pad is actually on the floor, you go in a back and forth motion. I have some burnishing videos that I will share, and a link at the end of this video on how you burnish a floor. But you actually go back and forth in this motion right here. Then you would move over and burnish some more of the floor. And this machine right here has definitely been used. This is what you would call a buffer or a slow speed or a side by side. If you're in the custodial work or the janitorial work, you know what all these terms mean. But this machine right here is mostly what we use for stripping. It runs at a lower RPM. You would not want this machine to run as fast as that machine because you wouldn't be able to hold on to it and handle it. Not as much these days as it used to be, but this machine used to be used a whole lot for polishing floors. And there's some old timers that's still around that like to use these to buff floors with. They'll put a white pad on there and they'll get some spray buff and they'll do the swinging back and forth and buff the floors with this. But this machine right here, you can use a lot of different kinds of pads with it. You can use a brush attachment to scrub bathroom floors with. You mostly would use this machine for stripping, to put your stripper down and use a black pad. Now this machine right here, these wheels are actually for transporting as well, where you would lay the machine back and be able to roll the machine to where it needed to go. But when you let the handles down, there's nothing on the floor but the pad itself. This is a machine right here that will get you hurt if you don't really know how to use it, because it does swing from side to side. You have to push down and pull up on the right and left directions. So I would definitely get someone to kind of train you or show you, or maybe start out with some neutral cleaner or water or something with a pad on the floor before I put stripper down, until you learn kind of how to use it. And I'm just going to go ahead and say this while I am talking about this machine right here. And I have made some videos before about talking about stripping floors. You never ever want to use this machine right here in stripper and not work into the stripper with this machine, with it swinging left or right. Because if you go in there and you try to start in the middle of the floor and it's swinging left or right, it could really throw you down and get you hurt. So there again, this is a good stripping machine, scrubbing machine, slow speed buffing. This is a high speed burnisher. And that's all you do to this machine right here, is burnish floors and polish floors with an aqua pad or a hog hair pad, which would be one of these two pads right here. This would be kind of your hog hair pad. This is your aqua pad that you would use on your burnisher. I don't actually have any black pads right now, but this is a maroon pad that you could use for stripping, a black pad. This is a green pad that you could use for some scrubbing. So aggressive pads or a white pad on this machine right here is what you can use. So maybe that helps some of y'all that don't know the difference between what a buffer and a burnisher is. Right here is a link that I'm putting on where I've done some burnishing on the floor. You're definitely going to hear me say in that video that I am buffing the floors, but I'm actually using a high-speed burnisher. So hit that like button, that subscribe button. That kind of helps YouTube know that people are watching my videos in this channel. It kind of keeps it in the algorithm and keeps it pushed out there. Also, if you hit that bell notification button, you'll know when I post new videos. Have a great day and go out there and burnish them floors and make them shine. Because in about 5 minutes, somebody's gonna walk across them, they're gonna put some black marks on them, and they're gonna need to do it again.